Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Bleach episode 24. So, last couple episodes, we've been dealing with the zombie lady, who I don't know if she's actually dead. She got stabbed, but we've seen her take a lot of damage before, and she healed it. I think the love guy has been consumed, so I believe he's gone, thankfully. But maybe that other chick thing that noms people up that reminds me of Parasite is going to become stronger, and that's another thing we're going to have to deal with. But yeah, we're dealing with a bunch of problems, and we're dealing with, kind of, oh, why can't I think of his name now? I keep wanting to say a name from My Hero and not what his name is. Mayuri Kurtsuchi. There we go. Um, we're dealing with him being like his mad scientist self going around with zombies and injecting people with shit and taking control of other people's zombies, and it's been madness. But I'm looking forward to seeing where we go this episode. Hopefully we step away from the zombies a little bit. I don't know, it wasn't my favorite past couple episodes, that whole thing, um but yeah, we'll see where we go next. So yeah, we're gonna start here, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. TV Tokyo. Ooh. Is this old Sarite, or is this... Hmm. 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 Interesting. Oh my god, the eyes. Creepy. Well, jeez. Huh. Uh, interesting. Yeah, so he had the ability to see all of these things. but it was taken away. Apparently the Soul King is his father. Hmm. Is it like a legitimate father, or is it like Father our Lord in heaven kind of thing? Or did like the Soul King actually like bang someone and give birth, and that person gave birth to this guy? Yeah, alright. Are we summoning more? Yep. More soldiers. She is soldiers. I'm glad out of all their armies, they just had like 6 people there with them. Alright, well. I feel like that scene could use like a deeper analysis for me to fully understand it. I mean, the gist of what I got from it, but I think there's more there to unpack that I didn't quite understand, is Soul King is in some way the Quincy King's father. He had this ability to kind of see all and see through deception and stuff like that with those multiple eyes, but it was taken away. Um, it seemed like the I'm sorry, I'm bad with his name, but the monk looking Soul Reaper there, he like held out an arm that had a hand that also had the eye on it, and he said like you're not going to take your father's hand so easily or something like that. So it seems like the Soul King might have like lent the power to the monk guy in order for him to be able to like stand up to him and be able to take the power away if he had to, kind of thing. If negotiations didn't go well. That's kind of the gist of what I got. Oh, it's that guy. Yeah. Well, nice reveal in those little clips. Oh, we're seeing it immediately anyway. Why even put it there? If it's gonna be the first scene after you show it. Ganju. His voice. I don't think I've heard his voice in Japanese since the first time I watched the show. Because when I rewatched it, I watched the dub so that way I could be like playing games and stuff on the side and still like hear what's going on. So we only have like one more episode after this one, I think. I have to double check. But I kind of expected this to be like next season. But I guess we could still cut away and not see the events of them up there. I guess no, I think this might be number technically like 10 out of 13 for this little section. There might be like 3 more episodes. I'll look it up after. They each have little words to send their people out. Oh, what was that sound? Boo? He has some kind of barrier. Ugh. Gross. Jeez. Put your tongue away! Your tongues. I hate it. Hmm. What? She replaced his outfit. In the blink of an eye, without him noticing. Shit! Well, that seemed effective. Splat. Hmm. Self-proclaimed expert. So I know it exists. That's all I know. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, it sounds kind of like it's a similar, like Soul King is similar to like what our god would be, and then almost like they at one point had the Adam and Eve, like the Garden of Eden, I should say, with no disease and no death until the Soul King brought death. Right, is what they're kind of saying. I'll talk more about it in the discussion. Hmm. Oh, did she just toss him off the edge? Bringing in more. Oh, he has royal guards. What is that thing? This guy looks crazy. Of course. Oh, well. Jeez. Big boy. Alright. Well. I think she might need some help. This guy's just got like a sniper or some shit. Well. Well. Is she just dead? Or is there like some kind of trick to it? Or well. She didn't do much. She did that sewing thing and killed that one dude. And then was just like, eh. Jeez. Well, I guess if you want to make sure. Oh my god. She's gonna roll off too. I mean, unless it's some kind of illusion, I think she's done. Jeez. Well. Take down the floating islands. Oh. Ah, okay. I was gonna say, that seemed way too easy. She would have been very depressing if that was it. Alright. They stuck him in a cage. Yeah, it's like a bird cage. Hmm. So they have to try to use not concentrated reishi to fight? What about that guy's sword? Maybe he imbues it. Oh, this guy showed up now. Alright, pulling out all the stops. They're all here except... Oh. Okay. Oetsu. Alright. Whew. Ooh. Is he done? Or is this another trick? I don't know what to believe. I don't know whether he's actually down or not. Is that one down already? Hmm. Just hit the weapon and split. He's like a lightsaber. Well, is this one guy really gonna take these guys out? Oh shit! Damn! I hope this isn't all just like a trick. Because that was pretty badass. I don't want to take it back. They're pretty sick moves, though. Jeez. I love the sound effect that comes with it. Wow, it's so sharp you can't sheath it. Oh, well. He just teleported out of the cage. Alright. Ichibei. I keep calling him monk guys, so I should probably write his name down. Their names are very difficult for me to remember, just based off like reading them quickly. Basically, all the oh, it's already over. Shit, that was quick. That was a good episode, though. But yeah, like it's definitely one of those things where uh I'm having a hard time with all of the names in this show, except for like a lot of the characters that we know from previously. But like Squad Zero's names, like Oetsu isn't bad, but some of the other ones I just don't really. I have a hard time remembering because we don't see those characters all that much and we don't hear the names a ton. Um, but and then we have the the guys that I don't even know if it matters anymore because they're all dead. But we had the like the royal guards or whatever for the Quincy King who might all just be dead now, and we got all their crazy names and everything. But we'll see. I thought that girl might have been dead, the Squad Zero lady that got turned into a ball, but it was just an illusion. So maybe all of them getting defeated somehow was just an illusion. But yeah, the beginning, going more into what we had them talk about, right? Actually, let's just wait and see. It's actually pretty much over. Let's see this after credits. No, just a poem. Okay, that is it, guys, for episode 24. So, yeah, in the beginning, we kind of had them mention that before there was, like, peace before the Soul King, and the Soul King brought death, and is the reason why people fear death. So, you know, in whatever, honestly, I'm so bad with religion. I don't know if it's like, I think it's Christianity. But I don't know if it's Catholic, you know, I honestly don't know the difference between all of those. But one of them has the whole Garden of Eden, you know, and and the idea that there was no sickness, there was no death, they were immortal, and everything was peaceful until the apple was eaten, and then all that stuff was brought into existence. So, like, I wonder if that's the kind of thing, if the Quincy King was talking about that, like, you know, why did he bring death? You know, like, it almost seems like if the Soul King wasn't around, we wouldn't need to fear death. Everyone would be immortal, right? And stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, it seems like it can be comparable to that sort of religion's fable and everything. But yeah, certainly is interesting. And in a way, I mean, I obviously don't approve of the methods and everything, but I guess you could start to kind of see on his side, you know, if this ultimate being did show up and proclaim themselves to be this god or this king, you know, and ruined everything that humanity had going for it, kind of thing, we'd probably want to stop it too, you know, especially if it showed up now, right? And and all that. Like, can you imagine if you found out, like, oh, you could be immortal, but these guys have been like siphoning away your life? Like, what if humans were meant to be immortal, but a higher being is siphoning away our life in order to survive or whatever for its infinite lifetime, right? And that's why humans die. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe we would rise up and fight that. So basically, my point is, I don't really justify the means in which he does what he does, but I could kind of see why like, I could see a world where I could side with the Quincy King if his methods were a little bit different, right? But that's basically my point. But it seems like the Soul King might be his father. He did say father. You never know in shows whether it's, you know, especially when you're talking like a godlike figure. Like, is it just like he created him in the sense of like molding out of clay, creating someone, right? Or did he create them in the sense of, you know, the Soul King boinked some lady and had a baby, you know, and that was the Quincy King. I'm not sure, but I'm probably gonna go with like legitimate father, just like for the sake of the story and not to just like undermine the idea, because that would mean it's everyone else's father, right? So like, what's the big deal, kind of thing. But yeah, certainly some like interesting implications there, and I wonder if like if the Soul King was the reason why he is as powerful as he is, like because he's the son of the Soul King. But we also, it seemed like he got his power through like the sacrifice of a lot of people. So was that the Soul King's doing in order to give his child power? Or, you know, because I would have just assumed that he would have been innately powerful by being the Soul King's child, and we wouldn't have to have that scene where it looks like a bunch of people are like draining themselves for him, right? So I don't know. I don't know the full story there, uh, but uh, but yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I wonder if we'll learn more. I definitely might go back and rewatch that scene because I most likely missed some like context clues and stuff through that scene that maybe I could understand it a bit better if I rewatched it again, you know, and maybe paused at there was like that one imagery of like right before he said like my father or whatever, like calling the Soul King his father and stuff like that. There was like some imagery of like the biggest aspect of that is Ishide holding someone and like a silhouette of him holding someone and like but there was other like flashes there too. I'd like to go back and like analyze those. So I might go take a look at those after. But yeah. Other than that, I mean the fighting was cool, like I said. I don't know how much to believe when it came to Oetsu versus the guards. Like, are they all just done? They might be. It might just be that they are that powerful, and I hope that is the case because, I don't want too many. Like, if they faked us out on the royal guards being killed by Oetsu, then it's like, well, what else? Every fight we go into now is going to be me being like, well, are they really dead? I'm already probably going to be like that just because of what we saw from the lady. But I hope it was him that, like, I hope he did actually like take them out, and that was like a really cool thing, having like a blade that is so sharp it can't even go into a sheath or else it's just gonna cut the sheath, right? And stuff like that. So it has to be like suspended in this gel so that way it can survive and all that. I don't know what was up with like the wobbly. I don't know if that was like him trying to be like, did he make it wobble, like, kind of like how you have a pencil and you can make it look like it wobbles? Is that something that he did to make people be like, oh, this guy's nothing. He hasn't fought in a while. He's weak, and that guy jumps in and just gets slaughtered because of it. But, or was it, like, actually somehow wobbly from sitting in that gel? I don't know. I like to think, my headcanon's probably going to go with it just being a trick to make him seem weaker than he is, but, I did want to look up, my anime list. Bleach. Go. I think I did this once before and I already forget. See, this is the old one. The problem is I need to get to the newer one is what I need. Related anime. Sequel. Yeah, I think this is... But then I think there's one more after. This is where I went wrong last time. There is a my anime list posting. It's a separate posting for the sequel of that. There we go. 13 episodes. So 14 is where the last one ended, right? I believe was actually shit. I can just go back a page. Sorry. If I go back here, the other one was how many episodes? Back to the top 13 episodes. So 26 is going to be the final one, and we just watched 24. So there's only 2 more episodes left. So, yeah, we're going to have... It's definitely going to be... Yeah, I need to figure out poll stuff. If there's only a couple weeks left, I always like do my polls for a couple weeks, so keep an eye out for a poll, guys. I will be doing that. The link will be in the description below if you guys want to vote. Unless, big unless here, there is a sequel coming out to a show I've done a reaction to that I want to watch, then I will probably do that. That's how I usually do it, and that will be my next airing show. If there's no sequels coming out, like if there's a new My Hero season, even though I know there's not going to be, that one just came out, but kind of thing, or like new ReZero season, I think I've heard that one's coming here in a bit, things like that, things I've done reactions to, I'll do that. But usually it's going to be replacing something for, what was it? I think Bleach just aired in the summer slot, the summer season, and now we're going to be going into the fall season of anime. I will pick a show off that list if there's a sequel. If not, I will do a poll of all the shows that are in the fall season, and you guys can vote for that. So if I do a poll, the link will be in the description below, and I'll have a separate video where I talk about it and everything. So keep an eye out for that. Just wanted to let you guys know, because I will be getting that out here very shortly after release. Probably either the same day of releasing this or the next day after. Probably the next day after. I'll probably look into it tonight, and then tomorrow night I might record the video, which means then I'll get the poll out when I release the video the next day after I render it and everything. So anyway, you guys don't need to know all that background stuff, but yeah, the fighting was cool. I liked it. It was like pretty crazy how he just kind of like it was just so quick how things were happening. Like you see him like kind of move his hand at like a tiny bit, and then all of a sudden his sword is in the head of the little creepy dude, and then he just like teleports to it, pulls it out, and slashes the other guy. It was just like really neat, really quick, really efficient. No mercy. I like it. None of that like sometimes watching Ichigo fight is frustrating because he didn't want to hurt any of those people, so he just held back the whole time, right? It's nice seeing someone go all out when it comes to fighting, but yeah, I imagine with this birdcage that they created for them, they were pretty confident, seemingly. I mean, we'll see. The Quincy King got out, but they're also not like the people that are inside the cage seemed a little shocked. The four other guards, but Ichibei didn't seem like he cared too much. Like he still seemed like very confident, right? But I imagine this is why they kind of let them come in, is because they had this trap prepared, and they're like, all right, we're not gonna just leave this to the people down there. We'll let these guys come up here, and we'll take care of them because we're strong enough to do so, right? Obviously, the fact that Ichigo isn't here yet, I don't think it bodes well for these guys. I think these guys are gonna buy some time for our main heroes to get here and help, kind of thing. But yeah, we'll see how all that goes. It was cool seeing Ganju again. Kind of like what Ichigo said about this being like extremely dangerous. I mean, it's nice seeing him. Honestly, he's had the most personality of any character we've seen, I feel like, come into the show, except for Nell, who wasn't in very long. But like this newer series coming back, I felt like a lot of the characters lack like character, right? It feels like they're all like Renji's attitude feels like Rukia's attitude, feels like Ichigo's attitude, like they're all just in that serious like fight mode, and I get it, but it just doesn't feel like the Bleach that I used to love, where Ganju coming in and being as goofy as he was a sigh of relief, but I wish Ichigo had that like fun personality aspect, like going back and forth with him, but instead he's just like, are you sure you want to come? It's gonna be dangerous, not like any battle we fought before. Alright. And it's like, where's our fun little orange-haired goofball that we used to know as kids? I don't know. It's stuff like that I miss. So like Ganju came in and just like reminded us of like what it feels like to have characters that are quirky and fun in the Bleach universe, but all of our other characters just aren't feeling it right now, right? But yeah. It was cool seeing him again, though. It's been a while, and even though I rewatched the show, it still feels like it's been a while since he's been in it and everything. I recognize the Japanese voice actor. I can't really, he actually gives me a lot of like Knuckle vibes from Hunter x Hunter, but I don't know if it actually is Knuckle. I think it might just be a similar performance. But yeah, like yeah, I mean, it was just, I don't really have much more to say, but it was cool seeing. Oh, I guess I'm kind of with Ichigo with what he said about it being like really dangerous, more dangerous than before. I was never impressed. Like, I loved like the goofy antics of Ganju, like running through the Soul Society, like doing his little sand thing to break holes in walls and evading attacks barely and stuff, but he never felt like like it feels like any single Quincy is gonna like have its way with Ganju. So that just makes me worried. I mean, who knows? It's been a while. Maybe he's a bit stronger now, but I mean, I don't know what strength he had to really improve on, because it wasn't like he was like a Soul Reaper before or something. His power was just like fireworks and sand stuff. So like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it'll surprise me, and he'll have some like quirky antics, or maybe he'll have some insight to be able to help out. I'm sure he will. Bleach usually finds a way. I kind of felt this way back when he came last time. I was like, what good is this guy? And then he managed to help a bit at the very least. So we'll see. But yeah. Anyway, good episode, guys. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Like getting away from that zombie stuff. Like I stated my opinion on that. It was alright stuff, but definitely not my favorite material, and definitely not like 2 episodes worth of that for me anyway. I would have rather 2 episodes of almost any other fight that's been in the show so far, right? Except for that one. But yeah, moving. I mean, I don't know what. I'm guessing we're gonna jump back and forth between, because not everything's done back in the Serite, right? So we have 2 episodes left. I imagine the final episode is gonna be Ichigo and them arriving. Um, and then we're gonna go into next season with them being there and all that. But until then, we're probably going to be seeing Squad Zero versus Quincy King and whoever else he summons in, right? And then, we're probably going to see some cleanup of the guys down below in the Serite, cleaning up some of the people that are distracting them down there, and then it'll probably end, so. Which is fine. I didn't really expect to get all the way, I pretty much halfway through this, I pretty much expected this to be the case. So it's fine. But yeah. Anyways, guys, keep an eye out for that poll. Make sure you vote if you want to, help influence what show is next, and pick, if you have anything in the fall anime season that you're excited for. Yeah. Keep an eye out for that if there is one. Like I said, we'll see. I gotta look into that. But thank you guys so much. It's gonna be it from me. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. Link is in the description below. You can see extra shows on there, not for Bleach, but my other shows have early access where you can see 2 episodes ahead of time. Since I watch Bleach as it airs, I can't do that for this one. But and then there's also Patreon shows where you can get access to things like Better Call Saul if you're into live action stuff. Really good show. And I'm watching Simpo Gear right now as my anime Patreon show. So check that out if you want some more content from me before it releases to YouTube. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.